still can't fucking believe we won.
I know.
Fucking hell.
I know what I can actually.
Sheffield United B, the team to be. Fuck off, Spurs. And welcome to Beer and Breakfast here on the Shoreham View. This is your match preview. My name is Johnny.
And I'm Jono.
Que sera, sera. No, we're not doing it. Not doing it. I'm not getting calm, not getting carried away. But yeah, I'm still feeling a bit lightheaded.
Yeah, it's morning after the night before. Yeah, a bit fragile this morning. But yeah, well worth it.
Well worth it. I'm not even a cup fan, and I enjoyed that.
Thank you. I knew I'd get you on it.
That felt like the old FA Cup.
Yeah, well, that's what it's lost its spark, FA Cup, and just nights like that. Even before game, I went right up for it. But you know, once
you were like, we're gonna win, we're definitely gonna win. Fuck Spurs, Richarlison, who the fuck's Richarlison? Then you sort of team, I've changed my mind. Then at the end of the game, you're like, I knew we'd win. Fucking.
That's probably how it went, actually.
Yeah. Shall we see what we've got coming up this week?
We look back at the Watford and Tottenham games.
We'll be getting the Blades fans' views.
Opinions from the other side.
Is the future bright? We'll be taking a look at some of our younger players.
This or that.
And of course, we'll be giving our match predictions. So let's get Watford out of the way first. 1-0 win, own goal. Hey, one I don't care, one.
Yeah, I mean, that should be the game to really talk about until Tottenham game, I suppose. Yeah. It was absolutely massive for us. And obviously, even better that Borough lost. It's like gaining 6 points.
Yeah, I agree with that.
They didn't catch us up. We got further away from them. A valuable 3 points. Like you said, don't care how they're going.
Yeah, I mean, we did get out of second gear. We're going to third gear.
Yeah.
Woohoo! You know what I mean? It still weren't what we know we're capable of.
A lot more movement off the ball.
Yes.
Which is what we've been lacking.
Still weren't playing as well as we know we can play.
No, but we were up against a decent opposition. They don't concede that many goals. I thought we dealt with their pace very well.
Yeah.
I mean, that heart in the mouth moment in the last few seconds. It's just dreadful.
Got to die for 3 points.
If you have, and we did.
Got to die for 3 points.
And they just couldn't get a hold of it, could they?
No. It were what we definitely needed, weren't it?
Yeah.
And should get some confidence in the league.
Yeah, and it might give us that confidence for cup match as well. So
yeah. Speaking of which, Sheffield United B beating Spurs in the cup. Fucking hell! Who saw that one coming?
Me.
Fuck off, you. Until you saw team.
So I said I was confident until I saw team sheet. I just thought very risky playing like Koulibaly, Andre Brooks against a Premier League opposition. I know they made 6 changes or something like that.
We made 8.
The quality that they'd still got should be beating us.
The thing was, I don't think they were tactical decisions, were they? I think it was this illness that's going through the group.
You think it was illness? I don't know.
He's been saying all week that there were illness going through.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard that it was illness but it was a very, very strange setup for me. But
I think Kenneth said it best. The players are all tuned in to the same system from under 18s up to a senior team.
Yeah.
So they know their role, they know what to slot into, and they know what they're doing. It's not like some other clubs, the under 21s will play a 4-4-2 while main team will play a 4-3-3 or something, and then they don't know what they're doing. We play the same system from the top to bottom.
And he probably knows these as youngsters as well.
Yeah, of course.
So he's worked with him before, obviously with under 21s. So yeah, he's good that he's bringing these lads up. He's got the confidence in them, and it's all positive for them.
Yeah. It's Skilliman's goal.
Skilliman's
goal.
Where have you got that from?
Is that off Tufty Club any chance? But Skilliman's goal, brilliant. Just outstanding. I think I've still got an erection.
I wonder what that was.
It's not very big. It's not even proper table. At my age, it's just like flopping.
But yeah, we had a second string side out. I thought, tell you what, let's bring on big guns. They bring on Harry Kane, and we bring on Sanderberg and Skillyman.
Sandy were fucking brilliant.
Yeah. It just showed where he can shine.
When he's up top of pitch?
Well, up top at pitch, and maybe because it were a bigger opposition.
Maybe.
On big stage, I don't know.
I think when you look at it against Watford as well, he played Sandy right behind the two forwards. That's where he fits.
I mean, even a few channel runs that he went past a couple of their, I can't remember who were their fullback, but he just glided past him, and he's fast as well.
Yeah.
So
he's got like his giraffe legs that you can't quite seem to get the ball off him.
Yeah.
And it works wonders, but
and he just pushes them away, doesn't he?
Yeah. Everybody gets on his back, and I'll lose the 4 people that watch it for him. But if you get on his back like, fuck off. He's a quality player. And all these people are like, oh, I'd take this for him, I'd do this for him, I'd bollocks. Absolute bollocks.
Don't look interested.
Oh, fuck off. Does my head in.
See that so many times.
But no, as you said, brought the big guns on and put them to the sword quite comfortably.
Yeah, exactly. Because we can keep Harry Kane's. He's just a shit Billy Sharp.
Just a shit Billy Sharp. He fucked it up for his club just like he did his country.
You'll let your country down.
And your club, shithouse. But I want to kind of go back to the fact that even when the B team was out, we never looked in danger. We looked good.
I said 30 minutes into Mark, I said to you, I might have always said a bit jesting, but I said these are never scoring. I said these are never going to score.
Said they had so many shots in stats, didn't it? But where?
Well, they had 17 off target, 4 on target, something like that.
Where?
No idea. They weren't very clear cut, were they?
No.
A couple bounced to Bleeding West.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, he didn't have much to do at all.
No, the things he did do were brilliant. Just
I think there was one when Richarlison hit one over bar, which was probably their closest chance from one of them.
Yeah, they crossbar on a cross and all.
Yeah.
That were about it. But they can't be classed as a fucking shot.
They'll class it as a
yeah, probably.
win.
Looking at that, we're gonna look at we're gonna mention him extensively here because apart from one misplaced pass, a lad who did fuck all wrong all night, looked very comfortable, well up to pace, looked like he belongs at this level. Told Garth Brooks, Andre Brooks, fucking brilliant.
He was. I mean, what a shining star for his first full debut for United. Yeah, he just looked brilliant.
I kept calling him all sorts: Max Brooks, David Brooks, Garth Brooks. Just called him everything. But he just looks like one for the future, and he looks like he'll fit in well. Whether that's on the bench until he gets his big chance to start games, he's done it against Tottenham.
Going back to it again, don't forget Doyle and McAtee aren't our players.
Yeah, exactly.
And at the moment, I'm quite happy for him coming up to the ranks.
Yes.
And showing what he can do.
Yeah. Apart from again, only really did one thing wrong, and that was that miss where he probably should have squared it. Koulibaly.
He had a fantastic game as well.
He looks a good player.
I mean, there were a lot of rave about this kid for many, many years. Actually, they were in Belgium. It's nice to see what the rate or the high rate was about him.
He has some little niggles that need ironing out of him.
Yeah.
But that comes with the level he's been playing at. There's an undeniable talent there.
Yeah, definitely.
And the more game time he gets, the better for us.
And we'll all see it. So it's looking good, that midfield.
It is. Other areas, players we didn't see last night, but we know are doing Anton Ackford.
Yeah. Well, we have seen him in the past, haven't we?
Yeah, but he was very young and he not really up to pace. I think he played twice in 2 days, didn't he, when he played for us?
Well, that's it, but he was the next best thing as well, weren't he?
Yes.
He's gone quiet. Maybe they just said, you're not ready yet.
That's fine.
Bide your time. Don't rush him in because it's a lot for youngsters. If they don't do well, the confidence is just going to be shattered.
Yeah. But you look through that under-23 team, there is a lot of talent there, and it's promising.
It is.
Because I think that's what we do need to do. We used to do it all the time. We used to bring through glittering players.
We've got one of the best academies in the country by a mile, haven't we?
They want to make it a Cat 1. That's why even if we move training grounds, they'll be keeping Shirecliffe.
Yeah.
Because they want to make it a Cat 1. Certain person on there made the point, like, why would we invest in Shirecliffe when we're moving away? We're not moving away, you fucking donut. You keep guessing and putting stuff on DS. But we want to make it a Cat 1 academy, and that'll only benefit it. Because if we're bringing players through like we are now, with the limited academy space we've got and the limited academy facilities we've got, it can only be better for us.
And England.
You know, we met that back line, and then people like Harry Kane just fuck it up. Let's get some fan previews.
What a win against Spurs, eh? What a great night at Lane. It's how it should be, rocking, loud. Loved it. Right, move on to Blackburn. I've got a feeling the United way. after the Lord's May show. Always a tricky place to go. Bring us back down to earth with a bump, get us panicking again and everybody moaning again. Be so blades, wouldn't it? We're capable of winning, they haven't got it all. Take a draw, I think. Move forward after that one. Borough's next 5 games, you got to expect them to get 15 points. So we just need to keep his noses at end. We have our winnable games at end. The next 5 really tricky. So just got to hope that we show spirit and fight and skill from last night. We can win. We can lose.
Back to grind at league, eh? When we play Blackburn. Well, until we play them again in Cup. But yeah, people are going to say, oh, they're on back of a good run, Blackburn, 3 or 4 wins, but all against teams near bottom end of the table, aren't they? The QPR, Blackpool, Leicester, shit like that near bottom. So I don't think we've got anything to fear if we put a decent team out. I know we've got a suspension or 2, and there's always injury doubts in our squad, isn't there? But Basham was best player of the night. He's going to be the one that's going to slot in. I'm not going to slot in for Amahodzic. I no qualms there. I know people say, "Oh, Basham can always have a bad one. He's not looked the same since he come back from injury." But maybe this is him back at it. I genuinely think back of a good result. I know all reserves played, weren't even first team that got the good result really against Spurs, but I don't see any reason we can't go there and win, which is uncharacteristically positive for a Tufty Club preview. But Deadbat's not here, the negative one. I'm realistic, and I realistically think that Blackburn are in a semi-false position with their weird record. So yeah, I think we can do them quite comfortably. And the good thing is it's an early kick-off as well, which is obviously terrible from a match preparation perspective since we play Wednesday night. But if you go in there, you'll be pleased to know that you'll be able to get a pint, a few cans from Blackburn Morrison's on the way home. Last time I went there, normal kick-off match, got to Morrison's at 6 o'clock and it was shut in. So, what kind of backwards place is that? But you'll be okay with it being an early kick-off. Tinnisford train, bring 3 points back home, and then hopefully we'll stuff them in Cup in a couple of weeks. Many thanks.
Obviously, people still on a bit of a high, I think, from beating Spurs.
Best time to catch them.
I'm not going to downplay this because we're playing them in the next round of the Cup as well, but a bit of a dress rehearsal for the quarter-final. But that aside, a very, very important league game against Blackburn Rovers.
Yeah, it's going to be completely different to Cup game.
Oh, of course it is.
I think both sides, you look at Blackburn, look at United, will still prioritise the league.
Yeah, 100%.
It's nice to have a Championship side guaranteed in semi-final.
I just hope it does.
Exactly, it'd be nice. But yeah, massive game in the league coming up, and there's Middlesbrough. Looking at them, should be beating Reading, so it's a must-win for us.
Reading,
but then again, Blackburn look at it, and it's a must-win for them. I think they're only 2 points behind Middlesbrough.
Exactly.
So whether they're just thinking as playoffs, or do they think they can catch us?
I think they'll quietly think they can push for second.
Yeah,
quietly. They'll not be.
I don't see point in being quiet about it. If you reckon, say it. Put pressure on the teams above.
No, just quietly go about your business. Nobody likes a big mouth. Look at Wrexham. They were very quiet last night. Anyway, we're not talking about the Cup anymore. But looking at Blackburn, obviously they've got Bertrand Diaz. He's leaving at the end of the season.
I'm surprised he's been here so long, actually.
He wants to go up on a swan song, doesn't he?
It's Sevilla or something.
Somewhere in Valladolid, some Spanish shit. But he'll want to go out on a high warning before he leaves the club.
He will, yeah. If he can get his team promoted, you never know. He might even have a change of heart.
No, he's already signed.
Has he already signed?
He's already signed. We'll cut that. No, they have got some good under the radar players that make the games difficult for people, and it's not going to be an easy game. They're where they are for a reason, and I do think it's another game where we can't sit in second gear. I think we're going to 3.5 against Spurs, maybe fourth gear, but we're still not playing like Burnley and Norwich. Once things start to turn for the worse, we've moved into top gear, full gear.
Yeah.
We've obliterated these teams. We need to be doing that more often.
I just think it's going to be more of a setup not to lose this one.
I know, and I hate that. I fucking hate that.
We know we've got the quality to beat Blackburn.
Yes.
It's just where we had that mindset.
Do we think it'll be a similar team that played Spurs because of illness, or do you think that might be clearing up now, this virus might be going?
I'd be very surprised if he plays a team like he did against Spurs. Surely they can't be that ill by Saturday morning.
You'd like to think not.
No. Who knows? Play what he can do, I suppose.
Yeah. Amongst the very good points he made last night, Chris Wilder, I watched the full show back when I got home. Wilder were in studio, making some very good points.
I've recorded it when I watch it later, actually.
Wilder were brilliant. People have this stigma for Wilder, and I think he's an arrogant. He never talked about himself, really. We were talking about how well Paul Eckingbottom's doing, how well the coaching staff are doing. But like Lineker tried to bait him a bit, because you signed and died, didn't you? He goes, well, not really. They brought him in, and Paul built him in the under-21s. He knows these players.
Yeah.
And I thought that was brilliant, because Eckingbottom does know what he can get out of these players. So I think he's got a lot of trust in some of the youngsters. So I don't think, if needs be, he'd hesitate in putting him in against Blackburn, you know.
No.
I think that if he thinks he needs to, we could see Garth Brooks again. We could see Ackford on the bench. You know what I mean? He's not scared to put them in.
No. Like I say, it's all good for us. If he reckons they're ready, we just got to take that as well. And obviously they did the job last night. So
Ewood Park, Blackburn Rovers, went there last season. I think, can't remember it much.
We lost 3-1.
Yeah, and it went. Brewster scored it first couple of minutes.
Yeah. We were there when Brewster scored.
But it's not an easy place to go. Apart from Diaz, what do you think the Blackburn are going to throw at us, really? Like, not player-wise, but it's like, do you think they're going to go out for a big win? Do you think they're going to try and nick it?
And they'll try and nick it. I mean, a lot does rely on Brereton Diaz. Yeah. If he don't shine, Blackburn don't shine. It's similar to a lot of clubs at the moment up there. Look at Middlesbrough and Akpom.
Oswin Norwood.
Well, Lawrence for Millwall, who can't stop scoring.
Yeah, exactly.
Who are really on our tails as well.
There's no getting away with it. It's not.
He's still in his own hands. We've got still a comfortable gap.
Yeah, Burnley lose 3 games, and they're fucking dragged into it. I know it's unlikely, but it does show. As much as they think, oh, Burnley's got this big lead. They don't forget, they've only lost 2 all season. They're all losses due.
Worst they can finish is second. There's no way.
No, I don't think they'll get into the playoffs or anything. But what I'm saying is, people think that certain teams are pulling away. It is so tight, because whatever the teams are below, you keep the pressure on. All you have to do is slip up once or twice.
Well, yeah, I mean, Burnley are playing majority of who's in playoffs.
Exactly.
So they could do us a favour, to be fair.
I'm going to go to our Blackburn fan now. I'm going to go to Rovers chat.
So obviously Sheffield United are playing Blackburn Rovers on Saturday at 12:30, a perennial 6-pointer, you might say. I think if Blackburn win this game, then they really are contenders for the top 2. However, Sheffield United have had the upper hand, winning the last 4 of 5 results against Blackburn Rovers. Going into it, though, we are 9 games unbeaten, so our confidence is at the highest it's probably ever been since maybe even we came down from the Premier League about a decade ago. So if there was ever a time to play against Sheffield United, then it should be right now at this time, in this moment. But we're not getting ahead of ourselves, because we know the strength of Sheffield United under Heckingbottom, not just Heckingbottom, but previous to that as well. The likes of Iliman Ndiaye. That we know the qualities that he shows and the qualities that Sheffield United have in defence, in midfield, and also in attack. So caution, hopeful, but also very realistic in our predictions. So I never want to say that Blackburn will lose a game. So I'm going to hope for a 1-1 draw, but my brain says that Blackburn probably will come out with a 1-0 loss. Obviously, the draw for the FA Cup adds a bit of spice to it as well. I think Sheffield United will be happy with the draw at home. Other than Grimsby, I think that Blackburn were happy with Sheffield United. However, we would have liked a home result for that as well. But I think whoever wins this tie on Saturday night will also have the upper hand against each other for the FA Cup. So that's my prediction. Nervous, confident, excited, and also looking forward to the game. Thanks for having me on, appreciate it, and good luck for the season. Cheers.
So I say they're quietly confident, I'd say, at beating us. Listening to that.
Why wouldn't they?
Yeah, true. Let's just hope that we've got enough about us to see them off in the dress rehearsal.
Is it advantage to kick off early?
No,
No?
I don't like kicking off early.
And then you just really put more pressure on the people below you.
No,
if
absolutely
we win.
not. We don't have good records in these early kickoffs.
Well, I was looking back actually, when we did get promoted to the Premier League, and it was Leeds who were chasing us, we got all the early kickoffs.
Ah, is that right?
We won them all, because that's what Leeds fans were moaning about. Oh, you're always playing early, you win, we're all disheartened time we kick off.
I didn't know that. That's a very good point.
Thank you very much, I was due one.
You're due one. We spoke a lot about, obviously, the league. Got Blackburn coming up in the cup as well. It leads me into a question I want to ask you, Jono, which means, because we're asking questions, it means we're having a game of...
This or that.
This is this or that. We remembered the paddles this week.
Bad time.
But
I'm excited for this one.
really hit my thumb banging on table. It's got numb. It's got numb it, Tom. Bit it right on. You know, you got a funny bone in your thumb.
I do now.
I do now, no. This is This or That, the world's favourite game show. As you can see, how many times it's been copied by other creators.
Bastards.
Bastards. It's a simple one. Would you take winning the FA Cup over being promoted, Jono?
What a question.
What a question. I'll let you go first. Try not to...
This is from a fan's preview, by the way.
Jono, it's a bold one. I'm going to ask again, just so they've got the clarity out there in internet land. Would you take winning the FA Cup over being promoted?
Yes.
Oh!
Definitely. In our lifetime, to see Sheffield United lift that FA Cup and a European tour, how could anybody not want... For the club, alright, promotion, for the money. But as a fan, to say I was there and we won the FA Cup, could you imagine? We'd have that for the rest of our lives. Not even our ancestors can remember winning FA Cup.
All the ones that saw us win it last time are dead. That's why.
Exactly. It's...
Ancestors.
Well, that's how long ago it were. Just imagine.
It would be
I'd
nice.
just be blubbering all the way home, just so proud just to see him lift that cup.
Right, yeah. I'll play devil's advocate in my go, but yeah.
Johnny, would you take the FA Cup win?
No. No, I'm going to have to be sensible. I'd love to do both.
Well, obviously.
But if you give me the pick between one or the other, for the future of the club, I'd have to say we need to be promoted. One, for the money. It's alright having FA Cup in trophy cabinet. Look what he did for Wigan. Fuck all.
Alright, I'm Portsmouth.
And Portsmouth. Exactly. Do you know what I mean? It does fuck all in long run. Now, if you opened up, they should take away Champions League spot in 4th place and give the FA Cup winner the 4th Champions League spot, playing in qualifiers. I reckon they should.
Is Europa League... God, they've got a bit of money in Europa League.
Compared to Champions League.
Well, yeah, alright, fair enough, but...
But what I'm saying is, if you open that up, the magic would be back. We wouldn't have to worry about money, because we'd get Champions League money if we qualified, wouldn't we? So the promotion wouldn't be that bad. But I look at teams that have won it, that are penniless. The last thing we need is to not go up, get a 10 points deduction next season, pigs come up on an eye and do to us what we did to them. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to see it.
It's pissed on me bonfire a bit.
A little bit, but I'm trying to be sensible. I'm playing devil's advocate. We need to go up this season.
You're very disappointing.
But don't get me wrong. Who's saying we can't do both? I'm saying we can't do both. That would be the season of seasons.
When does he get promoted to Championship, have a big parade, Sheffield United win FA Cup and
get promoted. Overtake Burnley in first, win Championship and win FA Cup. Oh, it'd be... anything they do for the rest of their little piggy lives, it just wouldn't matter.
Remember when you're at parade because you won League One and we got promoted to the Premier League and won FA Cup?
And when we had a parade for League One, at least we had 100 odd points. You know? But no, it's very, very, very unlikely. But I would love to see it.
Yeah.
I would love to see it. Now we've got that nonsense out of the way, let's go back to the Blades fans.
Hey Blades. What a difference a week makes, eh? We won against Watford at the weekend. It was a bit last ditch, lots of dramatic defending at the back, and we nicked a goal through an own goal, but it was a huge win. Felt massive at the time, and with Borough losing, even bigger. And then of course we had last night at Bramall Lane, knocking out Tottenham, you probably remember. A magnificent performance. 19-year-old Andre Brooks excelling in his first senior start. So now we move on to this weekend and the challenge of Blackburn Rovers away. Blackburn are such a weird team. They are 4th with a goal difference of 0, which is very, very strange. If you look a bit deeper into the data, they've scored 38 goals from 29 XG, so a huge overperformance there. Defensively, they're pretty solid. You can see about 1.1 goals per game. They're much better at home than they are away, so it makes it a bit of a bigger challenge. And in terms of recent form, they've had sort of 3 league wins over struggling teams: Swansea, Blackpool, QPR. None of them going very well at the moment. They kind of eked out victories over each of those after 3 draws in a row, including drawing with Wigan, which is not very impressive really, and they drew with Norwich, which is a bit more impressive. So like I said, fairly solid defensively. But I mean, we should have enough to beat Blackburn. If we are, as we're being talked about, the top 2 teams, us and Burnley, are way clear of the Championship, and most of the squad is now fit. Anel will be suspended, so Basham should come in, but Basham played pretty well last night, so that's actually pretty encouraging. Hopefully Bogle gets over the illness that knocked him out of contention for last night, because we could really do with his energy down the right. Iliman scored last night, a goal drought, ending it in superb style, slaloming through the Spurs defence and planting it in the corner past Fraser Forster. So there's no reason we shouldn't go into this confident. There's no reason we shouldn't go into this on a high. One of the biggest wins of the season this week. So yeah, I'd be, obviously anything can happen, but I'd be fairly confident that we should have enough in the 11 and in the squad and all the attacking options we can bring on. And if we if we play with the same sort of energy and hunger and desire as we did last night, then I think we should be fine. Okay.
Now then, Blades, still buzzing after last night's win. Let's be honest, we all expected. We saw the lineups. Everyone thought, yeah, this is a run-of-the-mill cup win against Tottenham. So yeah, we all put our money on Blades, didn't we? Yeah, fantastic game last night. Fantastic atmosphere, brilliant. Away fans bringing it like they did really ramps up the atmosphere. It really makes us have to kick up a gear or two. And yeah, when Bramall Lane's rocking, it gets rocking, doesn't it? So yeah, really good game last night. I realise this isn't a reaction. It's a preview for the next game against Blackburn, who we just drew in the cup as well. So yeah, it'll be a good chance to get a good look at them, an extra bit of scouting done on them. To be honest, I've not looked at them too closely this season. I always figured they'd drop away. I didn't think they had enough to keep going. I know obviously the front men have got Bradley Dack and Brereton Diaz, who are obviously good players. I know they lost Lenny Hen at the back, so I honestly expected them to not do as well and to tail off. But they're still in the touching distance, so they're obviously a good team. I remember when we went away there last season, it pissed it down all day. It was a miserable away day, but I know that every time they got the ball, they just looked terrifying, just like going direct at us. So I don't know if they still play like that, but to be honest, just look at us and look at what we do. Definitely got the quality in the squad with all the players that we rested last night. Honestly, it's just a really good time to be a Blade. After the last video I did just like a week ago today, I did one. I was really down in the dumps, really miserable, and wasn't looking forward to it at all. But yeah, then we put that Watford and the Tottenham games together, and suddenly you look at the players that we've got and how we're playing, and you just think, yeah, maybe this team has got enough about them to just get ourselves over the line. So yeah, realistically, it's the classic Warnock down that was it at Highbury when he was saying, I really want to fucking beat Plymouth next week. I want to be up here every week. So it's one of them. Yeah, the big game on Saturday. So fingers crossed. Up the Blades. Let's have it.
Going back into it now, Jono. Final thoughts for this game. Can't downplay how important it is, really, can we?
Definitely not. Especially with teams below us, who they've got. You fully expect them to win.
Yeah.
And then we're down to another 4-point gap. Exactly. And then it's a massive one Tuesday night against Reading.
Yes, that to me is the important one. This game is important, and I'd love a draw. Won't be worst in the world.
Yeah, a draw won't be the worst in the world, but I still don't think we can afford to lose this one. Reading's not going to be easy away.
No, we can't afford to lose against Blackburn, is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
we don't need that kind of pressure on us at all. Team-wise, I'm hoping the virus is clearing up. Not that I'm scared to see some of the players in that team after how they did the other day. Ben Osborne, the rusty Swiss Army knife, we gave him a hard time. Last 2 games he's played, he's done really well.
Yeah, he has. Out of position as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's fair enough.
I mean, who'd have thought left wing back Ben Osborne would be causing so many fucking problems for, what are they, 4th, 5th place Spurs? It's fucking madness. But the problem with Osborne is he's had 2 good games now, so that means he's going to have 3 off ones.
Yeah.
I hope I'm wrong. I'd love to be wrong, but he is very inconsistent.
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from on that one.
His hard work, he's not the most skillful of players, but he does put a shift in. The problem is, if he doesn't back up that hard work with a good performance, it's all for nothing. We've had plenty of players who worked hard and were crap. Michael Doyle.
Nick Montgomery.
No, he put in some good performances as well.
Hey, we just run about non-stop though, don't we? Just one of them.
Jay McEverley always put a shift in, but he was shit.
Not ever mention his name again.
Josie back
Captain McEverley as well.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
We've come a long way, haven't we?
Aren't we just?
Josie Baxter, he didn't always put a shift in, but he had a bit of quality, so he could come up with something.
Do you know what? I liked him as a player.
I wasn't a fan. I was not a fan. Loved his goal at Wembley. Loved that.
We scored at Wembley. We've done that.
Yeah,
We've got to win at Wembley.
3. And Sheffield United, the only team that goes to Wembley and scores 3 and still don't win the fucking game. Right, final thoughts for this game, Jono. What is your bold score prediction?
I am going to say on fence, I'm going to go for a draw.
Oh, we're in agreement.
Yeah, I'm going to go for a draw. I'll take it as well.
There's too many. If it were just a standard league game, I think we'd go out there and we'd be chomping a bit. With it being a dress rehearsal for the cup game as well, I think both teams are going to be wanting to feel each other out, you know.
Yeah.
So I agree with you. I think it's going to be a draw. What score are you going for?
1-1.
I'm going to go for a Desmond.
2-2.
2-2. If you have enjoyed this video, please do get down in the comments. Let us know your score prediction. Let us know whether you would take winning the FA Cup over promotion. Let us know what you'd like to see in these videos, what we need to talk about less, what we need to talk about more. And just get involved in the conversation down there, rating comments. Also, don't forget to like the video and do what, Jono?
Subscribe. It's absolutely free. Not a penny will come out of any of your accounts.
Unless our chairman gets in touch with you. Go on, sir. But no, my name's been Johnny.
And I'm Jono.
What a weekend we got coming up. Up them fucking Blades!